Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started.
What's going on, man? We got the Santa Claus show today. What's going on, guys? We got the weekend that awaits us. It's Friday, man. It's Friday, and we got some more crypto to talk about today. Bitcoin, a little volatility this morning. It's nice, man. A little pump, a little dump. Everyone goes short at the lows, and then we bounce right back up, right back to 19K, right where we belong, man. What's new at this point, man? What's going on, Rico? Mr. Hart. Good to see you, man. Mr. Hart going in the chat. I see him in there talking about patterns and stuff. I love it, man. I love it. We got a bunch of patterns going on, man. It'll be interesting. But once again, Bitcoin comes back down to 18.6, and what do you know? Bitcoin does what it does, which is come back to the lows, get everyone to get scared, bear posting, and it bounces right back up, right back into the middle of the range. I mean, can we say anything else? Just like when we go back to the highs, we get rejected, and then we come right back into the middle of the range. It's almost poetic at this point. Guys, I'm trying to drink my coffee and not slurp because many of you guys have complained about my coffee slurping in the morning. So what I have to do now is I have to train my tongue not to slurp. So if I look really awkward drinking my coffee this morning, it's because I'm trying not to slurp, okay? Even though I think it's almost a sin not to slurp when you drink coffee. It doesn't taste the same, but let me drink it. It's so wrong. Like my tongue just wants to go. My tongue just wants to slurp so bad, but I'm gonna try not to slurp this morning, man. Okay, I'm gonna try not to slurp, even though I really want to do it. Holy moly! All right, let's talk some stuff. So, what did Bitcoin do so far? I mean, it didn't really do much, right? I mean, we got a little volatility this morning, but the important thing that we did this morning, which I want to bring up first, as we jump onto the charts, what we did this morning is we know we were talking about this 4-hour vector candle and this stupidly large wick, all that went back down all the way to 18,200. What we did this morning, and it might not be the end of the move, right? Because the problem is, now that we wick down here, Bitcoin's making another wick, right? So we might have to come back down here again. But the issue is, all right, or I guess the non-issue is, we have came back down and reclaimed this vector candle and this wick down below. So that's a good thing. The issue is now that we got this drop and now we're creating another wick that we probably have to come back down to again. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So I guess that's the good thing here. Other than that, man, it's a lot of the same, right? It's a lot of the same. We go to the hourly chart. This has been sort of the support that's been holding for the most part since September 29th. I mean, we're talking almost a month of this support basically holding, besides one time. There's one time where you got a deviation below, and that's sort of that level we're looking at right there, right? That was that hourly wick, or that hourly vector candle right here that we just came back down and we wicked to and we just reclaimed. All right, so perfect. We don't necessarily have to stress over that too much anymore, but it is what it is. Okay. Now this has been the support that's held since the last month, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here we are again for the 6th time. As always, supports are meant to be broken at some point, but we respect supports until they don't work. All right. The DXY today is up a little bit. S&P looks like it's up a little bit. And the euro looks like it is pretty much flat. So not too much info to go off of already today, but we'll see how the day shakes out. It was pretty volatile morning. Like stocks were down, now they're up. DXY was coming down for a little bit, now it's coming up a little bit. It's all over the place, right? So let's let the dust settle as far as everything besides Bitcoin. But here's Bitcoin sitting right at 19K. It's got to get back over these moving averages, though. It just continues to struggle, especially with this 20 EMA, man. It comes up to this 20 EMA and just gets insta-dumped every single time. 20 EMA, insta. 20 insta, yeah, you get above it a little bit, come back down, reject it again off the 20 EMA, insta-dumped, come up to the 20 EMA. Where did we just wick to again? Well, here we are. We just wicked right to the 20 EMA and gotten a little bit of a rejection from there. So we got to reclaim that 20 EMA here on the hourly time frame. And that's sort of where the cookie settles, as you would call it. We know we like a little bit of cookies, man. We like some cookies. We do. Who doesn't like cookies? Let me know. What's going on, Cody? Good to see you, man. We got the October memes. I mean, to be fair, it's pretty much been a flat Tober. To be fair, it hasn't really been bearish, and it hasn't really been bullish. We're pretty much been flat, right? I mean, to be fair, we've gotten excited over a couple moves, but this has been the range, right? This has been the range. And we still got 9 days left in October, man. So don't get your panties in a bunch just yet. Whether it's the upside or downside, we still got 9 days. It could be Downtober, it could be Uptober. But we'll talk about a few things today. But as far as short-term time frames, man, I mean, we're at support. We actually think we did paint a little bit of bullish divergence here. We got slightly higher lows, and we got slightly lower lows. So we got bullish div at support. I got to respect it until it breaks. Obviously, if that doesn't hold and we start closing candles below the screen box of support at 18.8, we're looking down here at 18.4, which, will have everyone on their edge of the seat again. But I got to respect support until it doesn't hold. And here we are. Got a wick below. We got bought right back up. And here comes Bitcoin trying to at least push that 20 EMA here on the 1 hour time frame. All right, it's nice. Crabtober, let's be real. True. Crabtober. Dollar just jumped a bit. Yeah, so the dollar's at an interesting point, guys. So we got the euro. Look at the euro, guys, real quick on the euro. We know if the euro goes up, the dollar's going to go down, right? Look at the euro so far today. So the euro got dumped and it's now getting bought back up nicely. Obviously, we need this resistance right here on the euro to break. This resistance right here, which has been the top of every single rally on Bitcoin as well. If the euro breaks, that means that DXY is coming down and we want this to break resistance. We are still a little bit up below it, right? We still got some room to work with here, but that's the ultimate ticket for me. This breaks, that's our ultimate ticket. right? You guys can go back and look. This has been a top Bitcoin rally, top of Bitcoin rally, top of Bitcoin rally, top of Bitcoin rally. It's been a perfect channel. It's almost beautiful, right? Because every time we hit the bottom of this, Bitcoin seems to go in a little bit of a move up. Every time we hit the top, Bitcoin seems to move down. Right now, we're kind of in the middle of the range, so it's kind of in that shady little spot where we got to wait for a little bit of resolution. But if there's any point where the DXY is going to go down, I think this is the point. If this goes down more, I think the DXY's got a little bit more upside movement, man. And the DXY, right, so far is still kind of finding a little bit of rejection here at 114. So this is an interesting point, right? This is the point that everyone's watching. Why? Because not only is the DXY at this 114 kind of hanging here at 114, the euro kind of hanging here at 98 cents, but also, right, the S&P, the stock market, also just chilling on that 200-week moving average, which has been a historical point, an historical movement point for the S&P in general, where if that breaks, it hasn't been very pretty, and if that holds, it's been very, very beautiful. So we continue to hold it. We're kind of struggling, though. We can't seem to get back above this previous low. Hopefully we can today, which would be really, really nice, but you know, we're sort of just hovering with bullish divergence right on the 200-week moving average. Will it play out? Can we get any juice, man? I want some juice this morning. All right, let me take a sip of coffee with no slurping. Here we go. Here we go. We got to practice. We got to practice here, man. That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful. Neil said gun pump. Well, Neil's bullish. Neil's never bullish, man. That's awesome. All right, here comes BTC. 19,040. So we need to get back above this 20 EMA. We've only been able to, it's crazy. In the last, I guess, 4 days, we've only been able to get back above that one time. And we got above it for one candle and then just dumped. So let's see what we got here. Overall, on the hourly, you guys can notice we're just kind of in this little channel here. So we want to get back above this channel. What's going on, Scotty Swing? I love Scotty Swing, man. I can tell you're a swing trader because your name is Scotty Swing, bro. Bring out some mix of TA and humor. Can ask for more. Hey, that's what we do here, man. We get through the bear market with good vibes and having a little fun. You know, it's been a year of this, and we're all still here. So at the end of the day, we're killing it, man. As long as you stay in the game, you're killing it. You know, most people don't stay in the game, but you gotta be able to have patience and stay in the game. Everyone in here has been, and your guys' patience has been tested at this point. And I would say going through a crypto bear market is the best way to sort of train your emotions not to get too fearful, man, right? You almost become numb to this shit, right? You almost no emotions to the downside, which I think is an important skill to have. And then during the next bull market, we have to train our emotions to not get too greedy, right? And I think that's the next level that we're going to go for. When the market starts going up, we got to not be so greedy, right? And I think everyone realizes that this time. You got to sort of do that. So, hey, let's get it, man. We're almost at that time, in my opinion, where it's serious accumulation zone, and you're really pushing it. I would argue you're already in the serious accumulation zone, but some people will disagree. All right, what else do we got? So Bitcoin chilling at 1950. Let's see if we can get back above that today. 1960. Man, the thing I like about today is we were able to come back down and take this, and now we can kind of forget about that a little bit. Why? Because we took that liquidity back down to 18.6. Could we still turn over and come all the way back down and come back down to 18.4? Yeah, we could. We could, but it's not as serious as it was before, which is really, really nice. Really, really nice. Overall, the important chart I want to look at today, which we always look at important charts, man, but the important chart I want to look today is this total market cap. And I'll show you guys the total market cap chart coming up in a second. Wait, someone want to trade? Is Neil trailing? Who long this morning, man? Who put a long position in this morning? Who did it? Let me know. I know Bathwater did. Bathwater is always long in support, man. Long support until it doesn't work, right? And short resistance until it doesn't work. That's been the move. Here we are again. Another day. Another day of I guess, longish support, if that was you guys. No slurping today, guys. But yeah, guys, I mean, Bitcoin await with destiny. Here we are, right? And we know that weekends are usually brutal. So if today ends up being Bitcoin staying in this range, we know that the last 3 weekends have been super just nothing burgers. They've been absolute sideways action. The last 3 weekends have been so freaking brutal, okay? Which gives us probably, based off previous weekends, with no volume, no volatility at all, another 2 days of most likely, if Bitcoin stays in the range today, of most likely sideways, and then we're going to be even tighter going into Monday, right? So I think today is an important day to set us up for Monday in kind of what we can expect. So today is an interesting day. But overall, I mean, if we stay where we are, I'm going to expect Monday to open up right around here, and we're going to be tighter than the devil's asshole, man. We're going to be tighter than the devil's asshole. Why? I don't know, man. I expect the devil's asshole to be tight and and to be hot. I don't know, man. Take it for what it is. So tight, I have to seriously zoom for what's support and what's resistance. Facts. I just assume that the devil's going to get burnt all the time and he's constantly going to have to be clenching himself. I don't know, man. You guys do your own research. Crypto and tech guy said, I didn't long. Took some profit on my short and holding the rest. Nice, dude. So I'm talking about crypto and tech guy. Now we have another vector to go back down. Exactly, man. That's the only issue we got. We took the big one, and now we got a small one, man. It's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous, man. Holy shit. Tighter than a run's rump. There you go, man. I don't know what that means, and hopefully it's not something very inappropriate, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so there we are. Now, what I kind of want to talk about today is, I mean, we can talk about Bitcoin all we want, but I kind of want to look at total market cap. We haven't looked at the total market cap chart in a hot minute. Right? I know Bitcoin's coming up, so kind of everyone wants to watch Bitcoin. So 1987 right now for BTC. We want to break this downtrend of resistance. Ultimately, in the short term, Bitcoin's kind of just in this little downwards channel like this. So ultimately, we want to get back above this right here. And where is that downtrend of resistance sit today, right? So if we were to get a move up today, which I don't really expect today, does it happen? Okay, that would be freaking awesome. Let's freaking go, man. Give me that move. I don't expect it to happen today, but if it was, all right, the downtrend of resistance currently sits at 19,400, which is kind of exciting, right? Because that's not that far away. Now, that could be exciting for a rejection. That could be exciting for a break, but same point. It's not that far away. And support is also not that far away. And that's what happens during these tightening times, right? Resistance coming down, support coming across, and they're getting tighter, right? So support's back down to 18.4, which is only $600 away. Resistance is only at 19,400, which is not that far away. As always, if Bitcoin does get that move up today, always respect resistance, right? Respecting resistance is the number one move. You got to respect the resistance until it doesn't break, and you got to respect support until it doesn't break. Yeah, so you get my point. Respect the support until it breaks, respect resistance until it breaks, and we go from there. If it does move up to 19,450 today, make sure you're not FOMOing at 19.4 because that's right at resistance. All right, don't be doing that, please. Save me some hair, man. I can't lose any more hair follicles. Okay, the time to long is down here. The time to buy is down here, not here. All right, this morning was the time. Now you might be chasing the move. All right, so don't chase the move today, man. I don't like chasing the move. We don't chase moves over here. Okay. What's the other one I want to check out? So total market cap. Where are we at with total market cap, man? So total market cap's at an interesting point, and this is just zooming out, man. Let's just zoom out on total market cap real quick, all right? And look at some very, very simple shit. We're gonna look at some moving averages, some Fibonacci levels, and all that fun stuff, and all that fun jazz, okay? Because that's what we do. Look at fun jazz, man. Market maker building a big short? They could be, man. Mr. Hart. They definitely could be, man. They definitely could be. We'll go back to Bitcoin as it starts to move up. Right now, it's just chilling at 1954. So there's not a ton. We got some volatility, but we seem to be just right back where we were earlier today, which is Bitcoin's big honcho macho. Scott said down 66% longs. Down 66% longs. This is total market crap. Let's look at total market cap, because like we always like to say, crypto is such a big sector now where Bitcoin is obviously the biggest part of it, right? We know this, but crypto as a whole is huge, right? $869 billion market cap. At its highest, we were pushing about almost $3 trillion. So here's the deal, right? The 200-week moving average we broke it on total market cap, right? So on that first initial drop, right down here, we held that 200 week, right? And we got the rise back to the 20, and now we're below that 200 week. So you might be saying, all right, we drop below the 200 week. That's super, super bearish, right? That's super, super bearish that we drop below the 200 week, right? Where we sort of dropped below it, we're finding resistance on it, and now it looks like we're trying to continue lower now. I would argue that's not a great, but we've done that in the past. And if you also look at where we've come back down to, from the swing lows to the swing highs, we came back down to that 786 retracement, right? Which the 786 retracement, usually in bear markets, is the retracement because things come down a little bit further, right? So that 786 retracement below the 200 week, right? And obviously you can't compare apples to apples, but we're gonna do it today just for some fun, man. Just to show you like that during these times things can look super, super bearish, and they certainly can be, but you can still get bounces, right? And that's the name of the game. So back down here in 2018, we actually slightly broke the 200 week, came back up, actually broke it again, just like we did now, right? If you actually look at where we retraced to, we also retraced to that 786 retracement below the 200 week, right? So the deal is, here's the deal. Right now, things don't look great, right? Every news article is FUD, this, that, everyone's bearish. You post on Twitter that you're bullish, you get attacked, all this fun stuff. Right? And I get the bearish narrative. I get the bearish charts, right? I see the descending triangle. I see all that stuff. Okay? Trust me, I see all that shit. I'm on these things. Okay? When we talk about them every single day. But here's the deal, man. Right here is an interesting point where Bitcoin's gotten a bounce in the past. Okay? So I'm going to respect it. Now, like we keep saying, now's an interesting point where Bitcoin's either got to respect a lot of these things that we always look at, or the question is, Bitcoin's not going to respect what it always does, right? It's not going to respect the pi cycle. It's not going to respect the hash ribbons. It's not going to respect the 200-week moving average. It's not going to respect the 786 retracement after the last little pump, right? It's not going to respect that. It's either it's going to do it or it's not. And now is the pivotal time, and that's why Destiny awaits BTC. That's why this is the title. Destiny awaits. Look at that 200 week and the 20 week. They're almost crossing. When was the last time they almost crossed? Let's go back down here. Right here back in 2018. 20 week was coming down, 200 week was coming up. They almost crossed. That's when Bitcoin starts to rise back up. I don't think we're going to go on a 2019 type rally, but I'll keep saying I could see a little upside first before another dump. Okay? And you see right now, 20 weeks coming down, 200 weeks coming up crop. And here we are, almost getting that cross. So, let's see what happens. Let's keep waiting it out. I keep saying, let's keep waiting it out. Everyone has an opinion. That's cool. If you think we're going lower, that's cool. I'm prepared to go lower as well. But the way I'm looking at it is everything's kind of lining up for a little bit of short-term rally. I could be wrong, as always. But let's see where we are in 2 weeks. And then we could talk some shit, all right? Because you know I love talking shit. If you guys want to come here and talk shit, that's cool. I'm cool with it. Why? Because I don't have thin skin. I don't got thin skin, man. So if I'm wrong, hey, we sort of come back here and we sort of digress. Okay. Well, so we'll see where we are in 2 weeks. 19,113. Just stay vigilant. Exactly, Neil. Just stay vigilant, man. Be prepared for both directions. You won't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Rico, what's going on? Polka dot looking sexy at 590. Hey, if you think short is sexy, go for it, man. You know. All right, let's go back to BTC. Yeah, there's a lot of alts that look pretty juicy, man. Looks like the euro is... Where's my little euro chart here? Where's my little euro chart? DXY. Oh, look at that rejection candle in the DXY, man. So far, so good in the DXY. Obviously, we've got a long way to go, but look at that DXY rejection, man. That's some beautiful stuff. Let's go look at the euro. Euro's trying to come back up again. We got to break out though, right? We don't. So this is all fun and dandy right now. And I don't want to get too excited, right? Don't get too excited because nothing's changed. If this starts coming back up, you're just looking for a rejection here. If the euro gets rejected here and starts curling back down, that doesn't matter. Bitcoin's going back down too. So we got to watch this very, very carefully right here. But so far, so good today. So far, so good. There's a long day to go though, right? It's 10 o'clock. We got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I guess 16. Yeah, 16. and then we got the close. So we got almost 6 hours of market to go through, and we'll see where we end up today. But so far, so good. DXY coming down, Euro coming up, Bitcoin coming up, stock market's coming up. So far, so good. But that could just be the market makers building their shorts to come back down. So we shall digress. And the other reason why I saw Mr. Hart talking about this in sort of the pregame lobby, and I get it, but like, do we really think? Everyone loves vector candles, and we're bear markets. Everyone likes vector candles to the downside. I get it, right? Everyone's like, oh, we got this vector candle below, so we got to go there. Are we really going to think that they're going to leave all these people who shorted right here a free ride? I doubt it. Now, I get it. You'll go back up and look and say, but they gave them a free ride right here. But they came back up and took it before dumping. Or you might be saying, but Jordan, they gave them a free ride, right here. Yes. But you got to remember, this was the time where you broke a significant level, right? And this was the sort of the bear flag that everyone was watching. And this was the time where that capitulation really started here. And that could be the time now. Certainly. But I don't know, man. Do we really think they're just going to let all these guys just have a free ride? I don't think so. And that's why I'm not looking for the moon, but I could see the point where Bitcoin comes up, takes all these guys out, and then rolls right back over. I could see that for sure. Will it happen? We'll see, right? We'll see. We'll see where we are in 2 weeks, man. Breather said, advanced GDP projected to be negative, basically confirming recession. Oh, yeah. We are 100% in a recession. I think everyone knows it. It just hasn't been officially called that. So I think, to me, the markets already know it's a recession. So that doesn't really change much, in my opinion. But obviously the normies, they hear recession, they probably get scared, even though all of us already know that this has been happening for pretty much all this year, right? But hey, the normies who just live their life, they hear recession on the news, they go nuts, man. But I think there was a thing in the past where whenever whenever they admit it's a recession, that's when the market actually bottoms. Because why? The normies probably all panic sell. Oh, it's a recession. We're going to go panic sell now. And then everyone else scoops up what they panic sell. So we'll see. Okay, we'll see. What's going on, Corey? Nice haircut? Bro, I got a haircut days ago. Corey, where you been, man? Where you been? I got a haircut days ago. QNT may be waking up again. Let's go check out QNT. There's probably some alts that are coming up here. Let's look at QNT. QNT may be waking up again. Yeah, I mean, this is the point we're looking for a bounce, right? QNT went from 228 to 158. That's fine. I saw a lot of people flooding QNT. It's like, dude, and I don't even own QNT. The thing is here, if a coin goes up a 6x in a bear market, right, in the span of 4 months, it's going to have pullbacks, man. I saw people on Twitter being like, oh, look at QNT now, bitch. It's like, dude, it's going to have pullbacks, man. Like, what are you, a pencil neck? Holy moly, man. I'm not even defending QNT because I own it, because I don't. But holy moly, it's going to have some pullbacks, man. And it got a rejection off the perfect level. It should have got a rejection, which is previous resistance at the 0.5 retracement. Ding, 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 chicken wings for dinner, tofu if you're vegan. And it pulled back and wicked right to the previous support. The support and resistance levels, though this range have sucked, the support and resistance levels for Bitcoin and altcoins have been playing out almost perfectly. Right? So this could be the point where and this is what we said yesterday. This could be the point where QNT does try to get that rise back up. But as it comes back up to this 220 level, that's when you got to start paying attention, because that's how this could turn into a big M formation to come back down. Right? But, right here is it's a good retracement. It's like a 30% retracement, but that's okay. Right? A lot of people forget how big of retracements you can have when something's bullish, right? And QNT, you might say the market's bearish, but QNT has not been bearish since June, right? And when something's bullish, it can drop, especially in crypto, 20, 30, 40% in the midst of a run and still continue up. So, but this is the point where I could see a double top happening for the short term to come back down. So, we shall see. It's supposed to pump forever? It could, man. It could. Up for a rally, last leg down later in November. That's my bet. Brandon, I agree with you, man. Brandon, that's pretty much my timeline. Like, people like to troll, oh, Jordan's bullish. I'm not really bullish. Like I said, I'm more of a bullaire right now. But short term, aka short term is relative. Like, as this triangle wears out, this is kind of what I'm looking for. Like this, maybe not this sharp, but you get my point. Up here, right? Somewhere in this region, into November. And then move back down. Come back down to support. Probably end up chopping here for a little bit. Right? And that's the question where we go from there, right? Because I think this is basically what I expect of the next couple weeks, something like this. But the question is, as we go into next year, what is the Fed going to do, right? And it's hard to project out too far than that because it depends on what Powell does. If Powell all of a sudden flips dovish, okay, yeah, we're going to the moon. But if everything remains the same, a lot of people are expecting just dump after dump after dump. I would say we just go sideways for extended period of time, which is the worst case scenario in my opinion. So, that's sort of the move at the moment, man. That's the move at the moment. Maybe we get that short squeeze this weekend. The weekends have been so low volume, right? Retail just doesn't have any interest in the weekends. Maybe that's where they're setting up for, right? Everyone's expecting no move on the weekend. Maybe at some point we get that move on the weekend. Maybe. It's all speculation right now, and that's the unknown and the fun part of crypto, right? Let's go. So my favorite chart is total market cap right now, though. Drew, what do you think of Draymond Green punching Jordan Poole? I appreciate Draymond Green punching Jordan Poole because he has the same name as me. Which is sort of kind of ridiculous. Listen, Draymond Green he's got a little bit of a temper, and that's what makes him so good, man. So they're such a vital piece of a championship team. So it happens, right? People are hating on him for it. Do you know how many times people get into fights in sports that don't get shown? I'm willing to bet that every team every year has multiple fights going on. It's just that they don't get leaked. This one got leaked, so it's a huge news because it got leaked. Bro, every sports team has a fight. And that's what I find ridiculous about this situation. People like to overblow it, and that's today's world, so sensitive. If this happened in the 90s, oh, whatever. It was just a fight, right? Michael Jordan punches Steve Kerr. Oh, whatever. He's just very passionate. Draymond Green punches someone. Oh my God! He punched someone? Stop being soft, man. Holy moly, bro. He punched someone. So what? That happens every single team every single year. Stop being soft, man. I feel like people who see this as a big deal have never played sports before. You know how many fights I've gotten in with my teammates back in the past? Bro, I got into fights with my teammates, and I'm not like that type of person. So, it's competitiveness, man. Tell me you've never played sports without telling me you think this is a big deal, because it's not. All right. Anyways, rant over, man. Rant over.
Rant alert.
Rant over, man. Let's continue on. So, Ethereum. Where's ETH doing, man? ETH still showing that support. Nothing's new. All right. Everyone this morning, oh my God, ETH bounces off support. Here we go. So. Here's where we are. We're just sort of chilling at support. I mean, there's not a ton to say about ETH. ETH has been even more of a crab, okay? Even more of a crab than sort of. I see kids in youth leagues punch other kids all the time. Yeah, dude, it happens all the time, right? It's ridiculous, man. Only in today's world, it's a big deal that someone sort of went after someone else, but it is what it is. So ETH just sitting right at resistance. Flipping right at support, and ETH just kind of chilling, right? So there's not too much to say about Ethereum as it kind of just crabs sideways. It's even more of a crab than Bitcoin, and to be quite frank, the level to watch for Ethereum is just this 20 EMA. It hasn't been above that since September 15th. I mean, almost a month and a half at this point, and we're basically patiently waiting for it to get back above. So, a lot remains the same. Right now, it's It's kind of that market. So QNT came back and retraced. What's going on, Nola? Alert, man. Target hit. Let's see. ES1 has a lot of short volume on the daily. I can expect a retrace to 4,100. Exactly. You know what's up. You know what's up, Mr. Hart. You got it all right, my friend. You got it all right, my friend. You know. What's going on, Nola? And guys, I mean, there's so many things pointing to that. Like exactly what Mr. Hart's saying is like, there's so many things pointing to whether you think one more dump's coming or the bottom is in. There's so many things pointing to right now, right? The end of October into November. There's so many things pointing to that time frame on anything you look at. Whether it's this big descending triangle that everyone's talking about that has an apex of the beginning of November, whether it's you're looking at really overlaying the previous bear markets over each other. Where is it, man? Where is it? Whether you're overlaying the previous bear markets over again, you think another dump's coming, right? That should be happening in November, if you think that's going to happen, okay? Whether you're looking at the previous halvings and how long Bitcoin takes to bottom after the previous top, it usually takes about 52 to 59 weeks. Where is Bitcoin right now? 52 weeks, right? So the next 4 to 5 weeks, you should expect, if you think Bitcoin's going to go lower, it should happen in the next month, okay? If you think Bitcoin's not going to go lower, all right, or if you think Bitcoin, why am I talking like that, man? If you think Bitcoin's going to go lower as well from the previous halvings, Bitcoin usually bottoms 75 weeks before the previous before the next halving, I should say, which would put BTC bottoming at ding ding ding, right? The end of November to this week, right? It's so many things pointing to either like the end of October or any time in November being such an important time in the market, right? Whether you're looking at the stock market being at the 200-week moving average, that's been a critical turning point, right? Whether you think the stock market's going to continue to rise, or you think the stock market's going to go down to a major capitulation, this has been the point in the past that's been the turning point, and we happen to be sitting right there, right? Whether you think the DXY is going to go down, the euro's at its biggest support level, right? If this breaks down, the euro is going to go significantly lower. That could be the point where the DXY shoots up and Bitcoin does see that lower low. So everything right now is at such a critical point, and time is freaking ticking, man. And this is the time that we got to be ready for both scenarios, right? And I'll continue to say this. Like, even if you think the bottom is in, do not think that it's impossible for Bitcoin to drop, because one news can come out and shit on that theory, right? And same point, if you think the bottom's not in, you're sitting in all cash, one news can come in and shit on that theory, right? So always be prepared for both situations, especially in times like this where the market can get rattled or excited based off one little thing, you know? So here we are. And I think everyone this whole year has been waiting for the end of this year, because that's historically when we've seen bottoms for BTC. Now, this year is still a bit different. We got recession and everything's a little bit different this time, but to be fair, so we'll see. We'll see what plays out. Does Bitcoin do what it always has done in the past? Or does Bitcoin do something a little bit different this time? Let's go. Let's freaking go. That's what we've been waiting for, man. Did he use the word deviate yet? Mike, no deviate. No deviate, man. Can we see the chart with the red bands and channels to see how long they typically last? With the red bands and channels. Breather, red bands and channels? To see how long they typically last? Yes, Mike, I did give that, man. Stay vigilant, long support, short resistance until it breaks. There you go. That's all the TA you need today. Brandon said, remember ETH was crabby as hell before it shot through 3K during the last bull run? ETH is always a coiled spring. Yeah, it's facts. ETH, everyone always likes to shit on ETH when it goes sideways, and then when ETH starts going nuts, everyone thinks ETH is the greatest thing in the world, and they FOMO. Every single time. You can say that about anything, really. Say the thing about Bitcoin, too. I want to pay Bob and Mike to stomp out Jabba. You want to see Jabba get suplexed, bro. You know? You want to see Jabba get suplexed. All right, guys. I think See anything else we got really to talk about today? Any altcoins doing much today? Not too much. QNT's trying to come back up, but nothing really crazy. Bitcoin's finding a little rejection again off these EMAs. It can't seem to break these bad boys. Yeah, there's not really too much. I mean, everything seems to just be holding the range or getting a little bit of a drop, which is to be expected, especially when Bitcoin's chilling at support where everyone's afraid, right? So that's the deal. ETH is just turning deflationary thanks to the shitcoins. Shitcoins! It's facts. How to describe it? A bunch of green and red areas. A bunch of green and red areas. With the band's channels. Neil. Sorry. Breather. Are we talking about... I'm trying to think what you're talking about, man. To be fair. The Bollinger Bands? Can't be the Bollinger Bands. Or the Gaussian channel? The Gaussian channel? How long they typically last? I gotta think you're talking about the Gaussian channel, man. Which I like the Gaussian channel. The Gaussian channel has been one of the more accurate indicators for BTC throughout its history. Especially on the weekly. Whenever it breaks the weekly Gaussian channel, that's the final capitulation. Every single time. So that's another one pointing to the bottom being in, but there's things pointing the bottom to the end, there's things pointing the bottom not being in. There's things pointing every direction. We got to see which ones work out, because if Bitcoin goes lower, it's going to break a lot of different things it's held in the past, So there's a lot of things going on, right? Whenever you break the weekly Gaussian channel, the bottom's already in, or the bottom's coming. That's the last capitulation. Whenever the bull market support band is dropping below the Gaussian channel, that means the bottom's already in. I mean, here we are. Here we are. Basically, it's deja vu. It's deja vu every day. It's deja vu every day. Bingo. How long do the red channels last? Well, you got to understand, the red channels, Bitcoin can actually rise when it's red. The more important thing I would look at is how long it takes for Bitcoin to get back into the red channel. So I guess we could say from the bottom, how long does it take to typically get in? So this one took 25 weeks to get back into it. All right. But it also ultimately did come back down to the lows. But I think it's more important to say, okay, how long can we expect until they rise back into it? This one took from the lows. This one took about, I guess you could say 16 weeks. So there's not too much correlation. But and at the moment, the lows, I mean, we're already about 18 weeks, So between 15 and 26, I don't know if that's a great way to look at it, but I look at it more as, okay, this happened, could we go lower? Yes, but typically it doesn't during that time. The Madrid ribbon vector, the Madrid ribbon's not that important at the moment. I want to wait until we get, into the Madrid ribbon, and then we can start talking about the Madrid ribbon. It doesn't really have any significance at the moment. Right now we're sort of just hovering below it and kind of doing our thing. What do you think about the Chili's chart? Chili's? Chili's. So Chili's, man, I mean, it's at an important level, right? Which, I mean, it's always going to consolidate at an important level. See right here? Bada bing, bada boom. We came back down, took all these vector candles stacked down here, which is good. And we're sitting right at a major support. Now, Chili's, when you zoom out, right, Chili's actually looks pretty good on the daily. You could chop a little bit longer, right? Vahid saved us in the Discord. He added a pink swap. Lord, man. But yeah, Chili's, it doesn't look too bad on the daily. The problem with this one is, obviously, we need to see what Bitcoin does ultimately here. But the daily RSI is almost oversold. Okay, the last few times it's done that, it's had some pretty nice rallies to the upside. And this thing could chop a little bit. Chop, 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 chop. Make this thing come back down a little bit more. Okay, and then we can kind of do our thing. But what this looks like at the moment at a major support level, which you can even extend this all the way across, all the way back over here. You see how many times we bounce from that level. If this can get that rise, which I'm still expecting for Bitcoin over the course of the next few weeks at some point, could be making that more macro left shoulder head, right shoulder bottoming formation, which is so typical, especially in crypto. Which is so typical. Obviously, we got to see how we react here. right? And try to build out some like bullish divergence or something, because there's really not much going on here. We don't really, actually there is some bullish div. Okay, yeah. So we got some bullish div on the 4-hour time frame. We got lower lows and we got higher lows here. So this is actually a good point right here, right? This is actually a really nice chart. I like this point where Chili's is at. You got bullish div right at a massive support level looking left. So this is where you go based off percentages, and based off percentages, this would be a good time to, put in a long position for myself, or, whatever you guys are doing. But this is a good opportunity right here. You got to play the percentages. Could Bitcoin capitulate and then Chili's just dump straight down here? Yes. But it's always a percentage chance. It's never a guarantee anything happens. So I like this for a setup right here. Just a matter of having patience while I might shop around for a little bit as Bitcoin decides what it wants to do over the course of the next couple of days. Can we look at Cardano? Casano, Babano, Giugiano, Babano, Padano, Pisano. Lord. Let's see. And you don't really need, like, you guys love it. I know you guys love indicators and stuff, but like, you don't really need an indicator, bro. Like, just look at the support. Look where it's bounced in the past. Okay, cool. It's bounced there in the past multiple times. Might be a good position to put a long or buy some there. Oh, you're at resistance. It's got rejected from there multiple times in the past. Might be a good position to put some short in, man. Like, what I've noticed the longer I'm in this space is and I watch. The only reason I go on Twitter is because there's a bunch of traders that I follow, and kind of see what they're doing and where their headspace is. A lot of them don't use any indicators, bro. Indicators to me, what's an indicator to me? Someone making an indicator to sell to you, when in reality it's just a bunch of free indicators they put together on TradingView, right? That's really all it is. Name any indicator. I could probably make it for you because I can code. Give me any indicator, man. So, indicators are meant to distract you, in my opinion. What they all do is they look at support resistance. Okay, you're at a major resistance level. Okay, based off risk to reward, this is probably a good position to put a short in, right? And they don't chase moves based off indicators. That's really it. And the longer I'm doing this, the more I realize that that's the way to go. Like, stop trying to confuse yourself so much with all these indicators, man. Indicators are usually lagging. Yes, and indicators are usually lagging. Facts. All right, so that's that. ADA's still at, actually ADA getting back to 33 cents, which I think is the level we're watching for ADA. ADA is, let's see. So ADA, make me a, where is the next top indicator and where is the next bottom indicator? Hey, the pi cycle top and bottom have been pretty accurate, man. Everyone likes to hate on it now. What's funny in it, here's what's really funny. The bears were hyping up the pi cycle top indicator at the top, and it ended up being correct. They were hyping it up. Oh, yeah, the pi cycle top is going to be correct. And it was. And they were hyping it up the whole time. But now, all of a sudden, when the pi cycle bottom flashes, which is held up this whole time in this last 4 months of accumulation, or distribution, whatever you think, everyone just ignores it, right? And that's what I find funny about the space is, it's always to your bias. If you look at an indicator and you're a bear and the prices are going up, you're always looking for it to play to the downside. But when it's the opposite, let's just throw it out the window. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, right? I always find that's the most funny thing I find, in my opinion, about indicators. It's like people use it to support their bias, but whenever it doesn't support their bias, it's sort of thrown out the window. So ADA, here we go. Here we go, man. What's ADA doing? ADA's break. Let's look left. So ADA's back down to that 33 cent level. That was the level I was looking at, just because, very simply, you had previous resistance and previous resistance, and that's when this vector candle kind of started to the upside. So now what ADA's done, and to be fair, it does have more vector candles below, but ADA's came back down to take that 33 cent vector candle right here, and also got a temporary bounce off that 33.4 level. You look at the daily RSI, and in RSI, basically what it tells me is, okay, this thing's been sold off significantly. It probably needs a bounce in the short term. That's really it, right? Keeping it simple. So it's at support. Daily RSI is completely oversold, right? And if I go to the 4-hour time frame, oh, what do you know? Bullish divergence right at support. with the daily RSI being cooked. What do you know, man? Okay, so this, for me personally, especially if you end up getting like a bullish engulfing candle here on the 4-hour time frame, which you're very, very close to doing, very, very close to doing, this would be a point where I'd look for a bounce. Obviously, Bitcoin controls the crypto market, so obviously be careful with any type of altcoin TA, and you know, do your due diligence on Bitcoin. But you know, higher lows, lower lows, right at support, with the daily RSI being cooked, it's not a bad area. But you gotta, for altcoins right now, I think altcoins are a little bit risky for trading. You need Bitcoin to hold up. But this would be a point I would look at. If Bitcoin was in the same position, I'd say, okay, Bitcoin's probably going to bounce here. You know? Let's see. I ignore the pi cycle top indicator and it cost me. Facts. I did too. I did too, man. And now we got the pi cycle indicator that flashed and everyone wants to ignore it. And I said, like, I'm not going to ignore all those indicators again. If they don't work, they don't work. Okay, we move on to the next one. But, I mean, if you ever ignored the pi cycle bottom or the pi cycle top, it cost you in the past. If you ever ignored the hash ribbons buy signal in the past, it cost you. All right? If you ever ignored the 200-week moving average in the past, it cost you. Now we're below it right now, but we're still pretty close. Right? So that's why I said, like, I did my biggest DCA buy at the 200-week moving average, right? A couple months ago. And am I mad about it? No, because I'm just going based off what's happened in the past. Okay, and I don't want to miss out if the same thing that happens in the past happens again. If we go down to 14K, 10K, so be it. So be it, man. All right? That's where the cookie crumbles sometimes. And I'll look at it. If Bitcoin drops to 10K, I'll look at it like buying BTC at 6K in the last bear market. Would I be mad about that? No. I wish I could go back and I could buy more at 6K. You know? So that's the way I look at it. What's going on, Keith? You bought a little ADA today? Nice, dude. BTC just still getting rejected here, man. It's the range we're in, right? We're gonna see wicks up, wicks down, wicks up, wicks down, and that's the sort of deal. The DXY looks like it's coming back up. So volatile Friday today, very volatile Friday. You got DXY pumping and dumping. You got the stock markets coming up and down, Bitcoin coming up and down. Little volatility today. In reality, is it really volatility? No, because we're right at 19K. Up, down, up, down, up, down, like a mongoose. You know? So, if you bought at or below the 200-week moving average, you are in the zone, so don't worry about it long term. No. You can't be worried about it, man. Can't be worried about it. Wearing a Cowboys hoodie in North Jersey, how difficult do I want my day to be? Wearing a Cowboys jersey in North Jersey. Probably the worst thing you could probably do is wear a Boston, any type of Boston jersey in New York, or wearing any type of New York jersey in Boston, or a Boston jersey in LA. Actually, no. See, Boston and LA aren't that big of a rivals anymore. They're really not. Boston and New York, though, you best bet. You best bet. What will Mongoose coin do to Squid coin? Let's see. The 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time magic hour. All right, guys. We're going to call a stream here. I'll be back 7 p.m. if I can remember correctly. Holy shit, man. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back, and we'll be back cooking and see where the market ends up today. Right? It's been up and down both ways. It's Friday, right? So Friday can be days where you kind of get these bigger moves, but obviously we'll wait and see, and hopefully we get some resolution going to the weekends. The weekends have been brutal so far, so we'll take a look at what happens with later. So catch you guys later in about, I guess, 9 hours here, and hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Don't be too I guess, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, man. Anyways, take it easy. Don't be afraid to take profits in the bear market rallies until proven otherwise, and I'll catch you guys later. All right, peace.